welcome to Lost Woods Radio, a podcast where two friends do their best to detail every game in the Legend of Zelda series from memory. I'm Ellie, along with my co-host Silver, and today's game is Link's Awakening. And to be clear, we're doing old Link's Awakening and remake Link's Awakening.
I think that's fine, unless you want to do an episode for the remake later on. I think it's fine to do
I feel like it would be silly to do a remake episode as well as an original episode. It was pretty faithful, right?
Yeah, because we're not going to, No, we are not going to do a Wind Waker HD or Twilight Princess HD or Skyward Sword HD episode.
What do you mean we're not doing Twilight Princess GameCube and Twilight Princess Wii and Twilight Princess HD?
Oh, I'm not saying we're not going to do Twilight Princess GameCube and Wii. We're going to talk about that. But I don't know that other than calling out, hey, they made the light bugs better, we'll get to that. That's another episode. Yeah, I think we could talk about both. Have you played either?
I've played the remake of Link's Awakening. I've never played the original, so I came to Link's Awakening with the Switch version, which honestly I feel like is probably the best way to play because I've seen people play the original and it does not look fun.
So the fun thing is there's two originals, but we'll get into that here in a second. I'm trying to think. I played but never owned a Game Boy, original Game Boy.
Okay.
And I think the games that I got to play on it were Tetris, which is hell yeah. Game Boy Tetris is awesome. You're literally like playing as Mario or Luigi. Anyway, and then Link's Awakening. I never finished it on the original Game Boy. Then they released Link's Awakening DX for the Game Boy Color. I still did not own a Game Boy Color, but I borrowed it and played through Link's Awakening DX from start to finish from a friend. And it was great. How did I play the other ones? Because I played both of the Ages games. I don't remember. I think at some point...
they were available on Virtual Console as well, weren't they?
They were, but I played them on a physical handheld.
Could have been the Nintendo DS, because you could plug in the Game Boy cartridges, couldn't you, into the original Nintendo DS and the DS Lites?
You could, but I played it before I was... Without going too much... I played it when I still lived with my family. So I'm trying to think how I did that. Anyway, that's a different episode. So, Link's Awakening, I have played through to completion 3 times.
Oh, damn.
3 times.
I have not played it to completion once.
That's okay.
I got stuck on the final boss, and I was like, you know what? I'm happy with where I'm at on this.
Oh, you did not get to see the conclusion.
No,
this is gonna be spoilers.
I've seen the conclusion.
Okay.
I've seen it, but I've not experienced it personally through my own efforts.
Yes. What else? I mean, I played through DX twice at some point, and then I played through the remake once. The remake is fantastic. It's very, very well made. I would say, unless you are explicitly against remakes, which there are a few folks like that, or do not have access to play it, it is probably the way I would say is preferred to play Link's Awakening at this point. Yeah. Also, the art style is adorable.
Yeah, it feels less frustrating getting stuck on things when it's as cute as it is, honestly. I felt like everything was so much more readable and stuff too, so.
I don't buy Amiibo. I've had a few Amiibos bought for me, and then I had 1 or 2 that just came with the editions of the games that I bought, specifically Metroid Dread. I went out and bought the Link's Awakening Amiibo because it's goddamn adorable.
Yeah.
It's very, very good.
Yeah, it's so cute.
It's very good. He's just a little guy.
Yeah, he is just a little guy.
And then... When did you only played the remake, correct?
Yeah, I only played it literally at launch. It was one of those things where I had just started a new job. I had no money. I was so upset that I couldn't play this new Zelda game. And my partner surprised me with the game and the Amiibo. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I've never played this one. And I played it to completion, to the final boss.
Sure.
In the space of about a week, I absolutely smashed through it. Mm-hmm. And it was honestly what made me want to play some more of the older ones, even though it took me 5 years to reach playing A Link to the Past finally.
That's fine.
But yeah, it was one of those that I didn't know I wanted to play it until they announced the remake, and I was like, wait, hold on, this looks amazing. I would love to experience this, because I've never really been a huge fan of the top-down Zeldas, so...
It just depends on which ones you end up playing. There are some that are amazing and some that are okay. I don't think there's any I dislike outright. I don't think there's any top-down ones that I outright dislike. No, I don't think so. Yeah, they're very, very good. It is also had a little bit of rough performance if you're playing it docked on the remake, but when you're playing it portable,
really?
it's basically fine. And now that's not a problem anymore if you have the current Nintendo system. This is not me saying go out and spend that much money on the Switch 2, but this is saying on the Switch 2, any of the performance issues do not exist anymore. It had a very weird, like, when you were scrolling through screens and everything, like it had a weird stutter that was very noticeable when docked. It did not have that issue when you were undocked.
I think I played it handheld, honestly. So.
Yeah, I think I almost played it exclusively handheld, like laying in bed or before I'm going to bed. I'm like, I'm going to do another dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very good game. Sorry, well, that's our history. What are the events of the game? You want to take a stab at it, or we want to go from the beginning?
I mean, okay, I feel like Link's Awakening is one of those where it's so weird and it's meant to be familiar, but not. Because from what I remember, obviously it's been a little while, essentially Link is in a shipwreck and he wakes up on an island and sees a bunch of people that he knows and a bunch of places that he knows, but no one knows him and he's confused about that. And there's a large egg on the top of a mountain.
Well, so I don't know if they ever say it explicitly, but I think it's heavily implied. It's the same Link from Link's Awakening.
I think it is because there's lines. I remember there being lines at the start when you meet not Malin. Like there's something that is said where there's confusion as to why she doesn't know who he is.
I don't think, and this is me going off memory, I don't think any of the characters are explicitly supposed to know, or are supposed to be characters that Link knows. I think they are all familiar in some way or another, but I don't think any of them are meant to be characters that he's aware of. I could be wrong. This is me going off of my memory, which is not always the best.
Yeah, I played this like 7 years ago. Like,
yeah. I'm pretty sure that there are parallels, and like obviously the main character that Link first meets, and that is a kind of going concern throughout the game. She is very akin to like if you were to have Malin or not Malin. What is her name? Lon Lon Ranch.
Malin.
Yeah, Malin, and she's not in A Link to the Past at all.
You're right.
So yeah, a lot of these are actually tropes that somewhat get picked up again in Ocarina of Time, some of these characters that are similar, but not quite one-to-one. A lot of the enemies are the same, right? And a lot of the enemies are very similar. And then this continues the trend of having... It's only... Is it only in the portable games after this? So in the original Zelda, the very first one on the NES, there were periods of times where you would like go side-scrolling. Like you go down a ladder, and then all of a sudden you're sideways going. And then A Link to the Past continues that. And then to continue that, like there's also just Mario enemies. There's Goombas at points.
Yeah,
and
Chain Chomp.
Yep, Chain Chomps. The fish occasionally are the fish from Mario. And it's Kirby's in there. I mean, it's not Kirby, but it's totally Kirby. It's like you can say whatever you want. That's just Kirby. Okay, anyway, so the events of the game. Okay, so Link awakes after Crash Wreck on this island that has a weird giant egg at the top of the mountain. He's got none of his sword or none of his shield.
He has to go find a girl with a flute.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's an owl that shows up and says like, hey, you got to go do a bunch of stuff. You got to go find your shield. You got to go deal with this and maybe wake up the... Windfish?
Yeah, the windfish.
Yes, okay. I have to remember the name.
From giant egg on the mountain.
Yes, giant egg on the mountain. You don't know why.
Can you imagine, like, being in a shipwreck and then waking up and being told to do all this?
Yeah, and then, like, the egg is the size, almost as big as the top third of the mountain. It's very large.
Yeah, it's a mountain-sized egg. Oh, yeah, Link, just, like, go find your shield, go find your sword, wake up the windfish. Easy.
Yes. Gosh, what are the actual cases? So we find our shield. We eventually, or we given a shield that was ours, right? It had our name on it. And then we find our sword on the beach, or find a sword on the beach. I don't think anything special happens in the town yet. We go to the first dungeon. We go back to the town. Hey, you got to go rescue this lady's chain chomp from a jungle.
Oh my god, yeah.
And the chain chomp, once you rescue it,
Is it swamp palace or something?
Yes. Yes. And if you rescue the Chain Chomp and just wander around with it, that thing is like, it's insta-kill on enemies. It's very good.
I did that for a while.
Friendly Chain Chomp. Wait, was it Bow Wow? Was that the Chain Chomp?
Yeah, Bow Wow.
Yeah.
Because you can, I believe in the remake, you can get yourself a Bow Wow, can't you? For like wandering around with. Have I made that up? Am I misremembering having a pet Bow Wow for a bit?
I thought that was just hers again.
Oh, okay, maybe.
Maybe, was it like you could go take him on a walk again or something like that?
Maybe. Here's the Bow Wow.
Gosh. You go on a date. This is the first instance of Link ever going on a date. I think maybe the only instance of Link ever going on a date, now that I think about it.
What do you mean you go on a date? I have...
You literally, you go with not Malin to the beach and go on a walk with her and then sit on a bench and stare at the sunrise with her. You go on a date. Did you not do the date?
I blocked that out of my memory, apparently, because I was there to do a job, and that job was to wake up the windfish.
I see. Wow.
You know, like in Stardew Valley, where you don't speak to anyone because you're not there to make friends, you're there to farm?
No, because that's not how I play Stardew Valley. Unless I am playing co-op and I'm on someone else's farm. Like, all right, I'm here to make you successful at business, so let's get going. Wow. Is that optional? I can't look this up.
Probably
I'll look this
not.
up afterwards. I will look this up. We will look this up when we see how right we are.
I probably blocked this from my brain.
So yeah, you go on basically and Malin approaches you and says like, hey, I'd like to go to the beach. It's kind of dangerous. Will you come with me and kind of take me around? You go to the beach. You sit on a bench. I think you get a photo with her at some point. She tells you about how she really wishes she could like explore and go away. And if she had to, she'd become a seagull. And that's foreshadowing for later. She gets kidnapped at some point? No.
I don't know if she gets kidnapped.
Her father
I remember
goes
having
missing.
to make my way to a square to find her.
Yeah. She goes to a village. Well, you have to go bring her to an animal village.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's where you get the flute.
Yes. Yes. And she sings for the animals, and they're stoked. And there is a sheep that is catfishing a guy in the other side of the island.
I can't wait until we get to the Zelda games that I've played multiple times, so I can actually like contribute.
Well, okay, so
to these
early
summaries.
on, look. Some of this is my memory. Some of this is wrong. But early on, you meet a guy that looks exactly like Nintendo's version of SimCity's Mr. Mayor. He's writing letters. Later on, you meet, I think it's a sheep lady, who is basically like trying to be, or they are in a relationship via mail, and she sends him a photo, and it's a photo of Princess Peach, or at least it was in the original. I don't remember what it is in the remake, but it's definitely not a photo of her. I mean, like whatever. They like each other. I don't care. She's a sentient anthropomorphic sheep lady. Who cares? You have to get an alligator dude some dog food at one point. Look, the fetch quest in Link's Awakening is infamous for multiple reasons because it goes weird directions.
I mean, yeah. I feel like the game, as I said before, I feel like the game just goes in weird directions anyway. Yeah. Like it's an odd one. Mm-hmm. It's like they were like, what can we do with everything that we already have? Oh, Kubo says hi.
Hello, Kubo.
He's very excited about the dog food fetch quest.
Yeah, he should be. And I think the final culmination of that entire fetch quest is you finally get the boomerang at the end of the game.
Oh.
Because it leads you to, like, a magic magnifying glass, which lets you see a hidden cave, and that hidden cave is where you get the boomerang.
Oh my god.
But it's, like, at the end of the game. I'm trying to think if there's anything narratively that... Oh, yeah. So Malin's father goes missing. He's up on top of their equivalent of Mount Doom? No, not Mount Doom. What the heck is the mountain name in Link's Awakening?
Mountain.
Death Mountain in general, but I don't think it's Death Mountain in Link's Awakening. It's Mount
I don't know.
something.
I've played that game once.
Yeah, it's Mount something. I could be wrong. Could be Death Mountain again. We find him hanging off.
Is it not Death Mountain?
I don't think so. We'll find out if we're wrong here shortly.
Because of the music.
The music, yes. I mean, well, and a lot of we'll get to that a little. A lot of Link's Awakening's music is extremely iconically used, more so than even Link to the Past or Legend of Zelda or Link's Adventure.
And it includes one of the only iterations of a song in any Zelda game. Like, there's a handful of songs, isn't there, that are only used in one of them. Mm-hmm. And Link's Awakening has one of the most iconic. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. Like, Link's Awakening's overworld music is very much only Link's Awakening.
Yes.
It's very good, too.
It's great.
There's the color dungeon, which is technically a thing that only got added in DX. Oh, Malin's father. We find him in Not Death Mountain hanging off a bridge. We go rescue him. I cannot remember any of the other dungeons until we get to Eagle Tower.
Is that the one that looks like glasses? Or is that from Link's Awakening? Link to the Past?
Looks like glasses.
It's like, there's, as in like, seeing glasses. Is that like twin
I do not
dungeons?
know what you're talking about.
There's like Spectacle Rock, like Turtle.
Spectacle Rock
Turtle Rock
is Link to the Past. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Eagle Tower was basically
in a traditional manner. I have not looked up anything about this game, literally my last experience of it was at launch from the remastered version. So this is stretching my memory.
Oh yeah, and again, I have not played it since you have, but I've also beaten the game 3 times, so some of it is here. Yeah, Eagle Tower was semi-notorious because like you can get very lost in it because you don't realize early on that you need to take these giant like cannonballs and use it to knock down pillars.
Yes.
And then even when you do, you can get lost and not figure out how the heck to get back. It's very
I remember there being one that was very confusing.
Yeah.
It was like Dungeon 7 or something.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's Eagle Tower.
Yeah.
And you get to the top of the tower and you fight an eagle. Well, you fight a dude on an eagle. And then you fight the eagle as well.
I couldn't tell you what any of the bosses are, apart from maybe there was the Burger Caterpillar.
Yeah, Burger Caterpillar was the first one again, I think. Yeah. The Burger Caterpillar has a name. I'm never going to remember it because it's just the Burger Caterpillar.
Sorry.
You're fine. Kubo wants to... Look, if Kubo can be the third chair on this podcast, I don't mind.
He has been out today and had ice cream and a 2-mile walk, and he is still going strong.
That's great. It's great.
Burger Caterpillar, I feel like, has a... It's like a Moldorm or something. It's one of those kind of names.
Or like... I think that's right. There at some point there was a boss fight where you had to fight like one of the 6 statue dudes from Link to the Past, but it's just one of them. Maybe it's 6 of them again. I can't remember. And then because you had to like use the bow and arrow to deal with them in Link to the Past, and then in this one they were a pain in the butt, and you had to do something different. And I can't remember what it was. This is the first appearance of Rock's Feather. Wait, we're not on first appearance stuff. But you get Rock's Feather at some point.
I mean, we may as well shift to first appearance because, like, this is clearly this game is a mess in our brains.
Well, so we can so you do Eagle Tower, and then you have to go fight into the Windfish. And that by that,
so I got to. It is Ganon, right?
Sort of.
Yeah, like not quite Ganon.
It's a shadow that transforms into each of the bosses that were already in the game, and its final form was Ganon.
Okay. Yeah, so I got to the Ganon fight.
Yeah.
Repeatedly, and I was like, I've had enough of this.
That is the final boss. The final boss is a boss rush of all the previous bosses with a shadow form of Ganon from... I think it's meant to be Link to the Past. It might also be like Zelda 1 Ganon. I can't remember. And then if you beat him... I just
remember it being ridiculously hard, and it was probably because I didn't have some silly mechanic like a silver arrow or something.
That's possible.
So...
I don't... Was there a bow? I don't remember.
I don't know. I can tell you. I remember the little pity pats when he runs really fast in a straight line.
Yep.
And that's about all. And the chicken whistle.
And the chicken whistle, yes. Yeah. Okay, and then you wake up the Windfish, which apparently is a giant flying whale.
Yes.
Unfortunately...
First appearance of a giant flying whale in the Zelda franchise.
Yes. Before you do that, you're told, hey, if you do this entire island and everybody that's here will cease to exist.
Yes.
And then you do it anyway. And that Link wakes up adrift on a piece of driftwood, and everyone is gone. Unless You have beaten the game without dying. And then they do a fade up, and you see a flock of seagulls go by, and like Malin appears and smiling in the sky.
I wish you could have seen my jaw drop then.
I mean, if you didn't do the date, it makes no sense to you. So like, we're gonna have to look up if that's optional or not after the end.
It probably isn't. I have a vague recollection of it, but also it wasn't essential to my adventure. So
that's fine. Yeah, so like it is very extremely bittersweet because for the most of the game, like these characters have regular dialogue and some of it changes as you go on and stuff like that. I think much more so than in A Link to the Past, and so they have a little bit more character than they did in A Link to the Past, and they have a little bit more progression of time. So the concept of like, hey, you're gonna just make these people cease to be. Are you okay with that? And you don't have a choice. You literally just do it anyway.
You better be.
Yeah, because they cease to be. And then Link wakes up, and that's the game. It was all a dream, but sort of, but not, because the windfish is actually there. So it's not technically all a dream. It was all a dream of the windfish.
Nice.
So things that first appear in the game, technically Malin.
Yeah, technically Malin, I guess. Yeah. We could say a whole bunch of Mario enemies. Like
Kirby, Goombas. You know what? Were Goombas in 1? No. Goombas were definitely. I think they were first to this. We will find out. Unlike last time, where I completely forgot to look it up by the time we were done, we will look it up at this time. Yeah. So Goombas in there. Cheep Cheeps, is that the name of the Mario fish?
Yeah.
Cheep Cheeps are in there.
Chain Chomps
are in there. Definitely. Chain Chomps are. Yeah. Bow Wow's important. Kirby.
Bow Wow, the star of the show.
Look, very early on. It's very, very impactful because you become like super powerful. Is this the first appearance of the real like? No. Link to the Past had the real Lost Woods. This has the Lost Woods as well with like the looping, but Link to the Past had just the Lost Woods with, hey, a million wrong directions. So yes,
yeah, but it's like in the swamp, isn't it?
Or it's right on the way to the swamp, I think. In this one. Rock's Feather, we mentioned that. That's definitely the first appearance of that. Not the first appearance of the Power Bracelet. First appearance of the collectible shells. That does show up in some of the other games. We'll talk about those again. In this game, when you collect enough of the shells, you actually make the sword stronger because there is no like master sword equivalent, or you already have the master sword. I don't remember how the specifics there work. But yeah, you get X amount, it becomes a level 2, and then you get an X amount, it becomes a level 3.
Is that with? Oh, I know why I'm also getting confused because it's similar map world vibes, items to Link Between Worlds, isn't it?
Well, Link Between Worlds is a direct sequel to A Link to the Past. So it has the same map as Link to the Past.
Yes.
A Link Between Worlds does. That game's good.
Is it Echoes of Wisdom that has the same map as Link's Awakening?
It has a lot of the same map. No, it can't have the same map because that's actually in Hyrule.
Oh my god. I really wish we were allowed to replay these.
There's nothing that says we can't replay them, just not until after the episode.
Yeah. Defeats the point of the unhinged ramblings.
The remake has Dampy in it for whatever reason. Dampy was not in the original. Dampy is the graveyard person from like Ocarina of Time.
So I guess it's not his first appearance, but technically it is.
Like, I guess timeline chronologically, no, because The Link to the Past is after Ocarina of Time. Well, I guess we'll figure that out once we get to that timeline. But
yeah.
So no, not Dampy's first appearance, but first appearance in a handheld game. What other items are there? This one was weird too because like enemies would randomly drop power-ups. Like you could become like super strong, or you could have a super defense just because the enemy dropped like one's like an acorn and the other one's like I can't remember what the other one was for the I think the power-up one might have just looked like a Triforce piece or something like that.
You know, the more we're talking about this, the more I've realized I don't remember anything about this game. Really.
Well, I might be wrong on all of this
through some grass.
Yes.
And having to like hop over grass holes.
Yep.
Yep.
This might be the first anthropomorphic animals in Zelda.
Have we had other?
I mean, other than Zora, and at this point in the timeline, Zora are not anthropomorphic.
Oh, I see what you mean, right? Yeah.
Like humanoid animals that can like talk and everything. I think this might be the first occurrence of that.
Damn. I mean, yeah. It's not been in any of the others. So.
Yep. What else? Tons of music. Just so much of the soundtrack was like this. None of this is very much, other than like the main Zelda theme. Almost none of it is reused from previous games. All of it's unique, and I think that was them trying to use as much of the Game Boy's sound chip as they could, and the other music did not quite fit.
Yeah, and if you haven't listened to the Ballad of the Windfish yet, go do it. It's really good.
First use case of like musical instruments as musical instruments, I guess. Right? The things that you're collecting in this game, which we didn't talk about, are all musical instruments. They're all magical musical instruments, specifically to go wake up the Windfish.
Yes.
You can go to the Windfish after each dungeon, and like the instruments that you've collected will play the Ballad of the Windfish.
Yes.
It doesn't do anything. It's just fun.
Yeah, I remember getting really emotional going into the cave for the first time in the mountain, like with all the instruments and like hearing the Ballad of the Windfish with all of those instruments compiled together, and it's so good.
It's very good. Okay, now I'm trying to remember. Is this the first occurrence of a book on top of a shelf in the library, or did they have that in Link to the Past?
They had that in A Link to the Past because I did not work that out and had to get help.
Gotcha. Okay. Most of the enemies are repeats.
Yes.
Other than the Zelda ones or the Mario ones, I think the what the heck are they called? Spiny fish that are like crustaceans.
Wait.
Sea urchins.
Okay.
The sea urchins at the beach.
Oh yeah, in the water.
Yeah, I think those are first here. The monkey that throws stuff at you is the first here, and he's annoying little shit.
I remember that monkey. You're like unlocking things in my brain.
I remember that monkey due to the amount of time I could not figure out how to deal with him.
Yes.
You deal with him through a narrative thing, like the trading of items and stuff.
Yes.
Any unique? I think there's one or two unique. The eagle boss is a unique boss.
The man on the eagle.
Yep. I think the others are mostly repeats. I think. God.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. More of this. I could not. They all blend into one in my brain. So.
I can't say rideable animals because that's not until the Ages games, and I think those are after Ocarina of Time. So I think that.
Yeah, you just have the speed running. The little zoomy.
Yep.
Little pitter-pats of the feet.
It's the return of the power bracelet, but that's definitely not the first one. I think you get the power bracelet in. Ooh, wait, actually. Do you get a power bracelet in the original Zelda?
Do you not have one in A Link to the Past?
No. You got a glove in Link to the Past.
Oh, I see.
I think this may be the first appearance of the power bracelet.
As opposed to gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
I think you might be right.
And that, I think, is the main things that I can remember. Yeah. Windfish, most of the characters are unique. Malin's first here. Link going on a date. Definitely the first.
Watching the sunset.
Is it the first time Link on a boat? Because he has the raft in earlier games. No, he's riding a raft in this. He's riding a raft
in the thunderstorm.
Yep.
And then gets shipwrecked.
Why the hell are you riding a raft in the middle of the ocean, Link? That's not what rafts are for.
When does Link ever think, okay? Like, he just operates on vibes only. He just goes on adventures. does
Link
his
only
thing.
knows Hya and Master Sword, and that's
exactly.
it.
He doesn't know about boats.
Does not know about boats. All right. Well, I think this next one is going to be the easiest question of the day. Where does this fit on the timeline? Immediately following Link to the Past.
Yes.
Yep. Downfall.
Which is in...
let me look at our timeline. We can do that. We can look at our timeline.
Yes. We can cross-reference it. I'm pretty sure it's Downfall timeline.
The hero is defeated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes sense there. So yeah, this immediately follows the hero's defeated timeline, which again
it's kind of like, I know that I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit here. I feel like it's the handheld version of Majora's Mask, where it's like
a little bit
slightly familiar in a dream world. Is it official and real? Who knows? Like, yeah.
Oh man, that's going to be a conversation when we get to.
Oh boy.
When we get to Majora's Mask. I have complicated feelings on that game.
Not long.
Yeah, it's not that long. Okay. Where does it rank on our personal list of Zelda games? For what we have already. That for those, it has been a while since we've recorded an episode. For those that are needing to remind themselves, or for ourselves, we are ranking these based on the ones that we have gone through already. So
yes.
If I were to go back to our game rankings, the rankings for Ellie right now are Link to the Past, The Legend of Zelda, and then The Adventure of Link, from first to least. And then for me, it's A Link to the Past, The Adventure of Link, and The Legend of Zelda. Would you like to go first?
I mean, if you'd have asked me before we recorded this, I would have said it's above Link to the Past, but clearly I don't remember this game. So I think it might have to go below.
Okay.
I remember enjoying it. Yeah, it was fun. It was charming. It was adorable. But clearly it wasn't memorable enough and exciting enough for it to have stuck in my brain. So I think A Link to the Past might have overtaken it for me, maybe. Especially, yes, actually, yeah, I'm gonna roll with that, because A Link to the Past has the really cool back and forth mechanics with the Dark World and stuff. So okay. Yes.
Let me get in. For me, Link to the Past was always above this for me. I loved this. It is a phenomenal game. But it is very much. It doesn't quite. It couldn't, right? It was made for the Game Boy, so they couldn't have the length of the world. The variety of enemies is a little bit less. But with what they did with it, it's phenomenal. It's such a good. Man, I forgot I put every single one of these on here. I'm just going to choose the original Link's Awakening to put into the timeline. So, we're put for you. This is below Link to the Past, and then that is also true for me.
I feel like they're pretty comparable, though. Like,
yeah,
just
they're very, 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 very good games.
Yeah, I just think A Link to the Past for me has a bit more imagination to it overall as a completed game. Does that make sense? Like, Link's Awakening is very straightforward in what it wants you to do and where it wants you to go, and there's none of that back and forth between the worlds shenaniganry, and it doesn't have the, I guess, the driving excitement for me. If I remember rightly, it was just a fun little puzzle adventure.
Yep. And I have been out of this notion for long enough. I don't remember how to actually. There it is. I had to remember how to turn back on the list of games so that I could actually add it to my list of games. Okay. All right. I can hide that again. Awesome. So, where does that leave us? It's been long enough. I don't remember the. Where's my. We need to add a segment. Now we get to look up how right we were.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, my first question is, do we even have the names of these characters right? Link's Awakening, Zelda Wiki. No, not fandom. Never fandom.
Yeah, it's not Malin.
Probably not Malin. It's probably like...
See, I remember Koholint Island. I remembered that part.
Yes.
Telltale Heights is the mountains.
Yeah, okay. I knew it wasn't Death Mountain.
Yeah.
All right. Character names. Oh, this is the remake. No, give me the original.
Marin.
Okay, close enough.
Yeah.
I feel okay about that.
See, not Malin. Mm-hmm. This Bow Wow, Chow Chow, and Chow Chow.
Yeah.
Like Italian. Oh, and it was a chicken. This is where I got the chicken whistle from, okay? It wasn't an actual chicken.
Yeah. In this one, it was a cuckoo.
Awakening.
Yeah, in this one, it was basically a cuckoo. A cuckoo? How do we pronounce that?
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo, yeah.
Because it's Cucco, right?
Yeah.
Cuckoo.
I'm going to lose my mind. Yes. Not to be confused with an uko that we don't talk about that for a while. That's oh boy. I don't mind the ukos, but they're very confusing for a lot of people.
Yes.
Okay, so is direct sequel to Link to the Past. Link, who had defeated the evil Ganon and regained peace in Hyrule, had not enjoyed the tranquility he had worked so hard to achieve for so long, and eventually became restless. Feeling the need of training or enlightenment, he went on a journey and sailed across the ocean in a small sailboat. Okay, he wasn't on his raft. He was on a boat.
Maybe he woke up on the raft.
I think that's true, yeah.
At the end.
So we did get that a little bit wrong. But also, like, Link, why are you going across the ocean in what is basically a dinghy? Oh, all right, well, this is saying he made it to other countries and then was sailing back to Hyrule.
Oh. He was on his way home.
Her name Marin, yep. Mabe Village. I was not going to remember the village name. Like, that's not going to happen. He does mistake her voice to be that of Princess Zelda. But it was her.
That's maybe what I'm getting confused about then.
I think he even says, like, he doesn't say it, but she responds to him saying, Zelda? No, my name is Marin, or something like that.
Yeah. Because she looks similar to...
a little bit. She looks like what eventually becomes Malin mixed with Zelda.
Yeah.
And then Terran, it's his first appearance. He eventually looks like Malin's father. It's not named Terran, but yes. Gives him his shield. Link's sword's nowhere to be found. He eventually finds it on the beach. The owl shows up.
Oh my God. I'm just like looking through the dungeons and stuff now. The Faith Shrine where you have to blow up the angry floor.
Yep. Okay. He finds Malin on the shores. And, okay. So blah, 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 blah. Yep, they go on a date. She tells him of her wish to be a seagull so she could fly around the world and share her songs with people. She hopes she can make this wish to the Windfish. Marin is who teaches him Ballad of the Windfish.
Yes, in the Animal Village.
This is the first appearance of an actual quote-unquote named ocarina.
Oh.
Rather than it being just like the boy's flute or whatever like that. Mm-hmm. We definitely did not have that. Oh, right. They had to wake up a walrus. Forgot about that. There's a mermaid.
Oh. So you mentioned Dampé, being Dampé's first appearance in the remake. It's because of the dungeon builder that they added.
Right, because
I'd forgotten about that.
I feel like they were originally going to do like a Zelda maker and then just like, we don't know how to deal with this, so let's put it into the Link's Awakening remake. I still think they should make a Zelda maker. Anyway, there are quite a few fantastic like indie made. Hey, we really want a Zelda maker, so we're gonna make our own on Steam. I will, by the end of this, I'll remember the name of one of them, but there's like 3, and one of them is really really solid. Telltale Mountain Range. Mount Marin was up there. Shadow Nightmares. That's the all of them are technically like sentient beings that are trying to stop the Windfish from being awakened because they don't want to die.
I'm just looking through the character list. Apparently there's Grandma Yahoo.
That's great. That's great. Yep. So if you complete it without dying, an additional scene can be seen. That's bad writing, but an additional scene, S-C-E-N-E, can be seen, S-E-E-N, after the ending credits, which shows Marin as a seagull. The Ballad of the Windfish plays. So either she was somehow saved by the Windfish, or Link is just like, I killed that girl. Yeah, and... Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, we missed the very important facts of there being Shy Guys and bloopers in the game as well, and bob-ombs.
Bob-ombs, I remember. Bob-ombs were actually in dungeons. Bloopers, I don't remember at all.
Yeah, there's bloopers. I'm looking at the list now. There's Anti-Kirby.
Yeah.
Bombite, which looks like a bob-omb. Booze, Boo Buddies.
That makes sense.
Cheap Cheeps, Goombas, Hard Hat Beetle that looks like a Koopa. What else? There's Piranha Plants, Shy Guys. Yeah.
Oh, right. And Mr. Wright is the dude I was thinking of, who absolutely looks like the mayor from SimCity from Nintendo. That's funny. Yeah,
Dr.
Dr.
Wright.
Wright.
In the game.
Huh? Say again?
There is a bow in the game.
There is a bow in the game. Okay.
Yeah.
I could not remember.
Yeah.
So this game was also a little bit weird in that you had to have the shield equipped in order to be able to defend.
Yes.
It was not automatic like in Link to the Past. Yeah, Mamu definitely was based off Wart from Super Mario Bros. 2. Like, they almost look identical. Mamu was a large frog man that teaches you a song.
Sounds about right.
Oh, right. There's thwomps.
Is there?
Yeah. In a lot of the platformer sections, there are thwomps. I forgot about that.
What a weird game.
Wait, hold on. There's a reference in here that I need to confirm because that is mind-boggling. Apparently, it's in the encyclopedia. Okay. Apparently, the game's setting was partially inspired by the American mystery television series Twin Peaks. What? I'm blown away by that revelation. I mean, Twin Peaks is amazing, but that's mind-boggling. I don't see those connections at all, but I guess it's just a really weird town that the dude ends up in, sure.
Yeah.
Is this the first one without Zelda, period?
Yes.
Yeah, because, I mean, she's in the end of Legend of Zelda. She's in the beginning of, a different Zelda is in the beginning of Link's Awakening. That's a whole thing. We talked about it. Link to the Past, she's all over it. So, yeah, okay. Wild.
Yep. Like I say, it's like the Majora's Mask of the handhelds.
You were right. Moldorm's the name of the hamburger worm. I was right. It is called Eagle's Tower, so I didn't at least forget that. Oh, that's interesting. So every dungeon other than Eagle's Tower, for the map of the dungeon forms a picture of an object.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's interesting. It looks like a lot of them are like they match the cave key in some way. Like Moldorm matches the tail cave key, and the key in case of Key Cavern matches that key.
That's cool.
It makes sense why Eagle Tower doesn't do that, because Eagle Tower is a mess.
It was Aghanim.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The name that I never can say right.
Yeah, because he's the antagonist from A Link to the Past.
Was he?
He's the antagonist from A Link to the Past until the end, where he's like, "Surprise, I'm Ganon."
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, like, was he not just Ganon? Yeah. I can't remember.
Yeah, but you have to operate under it being Aghanim for like the whole game.
Right. Right.
So you do Aghanim's shadow causes, it doesn't do like a full boss rush. You do Aghanim, then you do Moldorm, then you do Ganon.
That makes sense.
So
boomerang. Where are the items? Items and equipment. Boomerang.
It's gotta be the same Link. Like, there's enough in here that it's like, even if it didn't say in the wiki, like, oh, it's Link from Link to the Past. How else would he know who Aghanim is? Moldorm, Ganon. There's also Lanmola's fight. That's from A Link to the Past. Like, he fights in that final Windfish Mountain, the Egg Mountain. He fights a bunch of Link to the Past bosses in the boss rush.
Right. Bosses that were not in the dungeons here, but we're in Link to the Past.
Other than Moldorm.
Yeah, I think you fight the blob boss, right?
You do Giant Gel, Aghanim's Shadow, Moldorm's Shadow, Shadow of Ganon, Landmola, and Deathel.
I don't know what a Deathel is.
I don't know what a Deathel is either.
Okay.
Deathel?
Well, I really liked Link's Awakening. Again, it's not the best game in the series, but it's a really amazing thing that they did to fit onto a freaking Game Boy cart.
Yeah.
And it's still a fun game. Like, the remake is fantastic. Like, there are some things, obviously, as Ellie said, like the final boss can be frustrating. But it's a good time. Oh! Is it the first appearance of the hook shot?
Perhaps.
Was there a hook shot in To the Past? There was. There was a hook shot in the Link to the Past. We even called it out. Yep.
It's the hook shot and the claw shot and like grapple, like they're all the same but not.
Yep. And then one of the best Zeldas has 2 of them. Anyway.
Yeah. We'll get there. We'll get there, Silver.
We've got a while. We've got a while. Man. Yeah, it's a very good game. And I think it's kind of obvious. I think it's the most re-released game from the Zelda series, even compared to Ocarina of Time. Because Game Boy Color was a re-release, then they did a re-release on DS, and then it was all the ports, right?
Yeah, it depends if we're counting ports as well, because I think Wind Waker is up there too, as is Ocarina of Time.
Wind Waker technically only has 2 releases.
It's on Switch as well.
Is it?
Yeah, it's on the Virtual Console on Switch now.
Well, right. Yes, because of the GameCube stuff. Right. Yes, but then so is Link's Awakening.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, maybe, actually. It might have the most... I guess it's got the most unique versions.
Yeah. It's the one that they've actually, like, done work on the most rather than just port, I guess.
Yeah, because each version of it has different stuff in it as well, which is kind of wild, so...
and, like, I've said this before, but I would absolutely not mind if every single top-down Zelda from now on just has the Link's Awakening style. I think it's great. I think it's very good. If you've not seen the Link's Awakening style of the remake, you should go look that up. Go watch that trailer.
Yes, they look like little toys in the best way. Magical little toys.
It uses a tilt-shift camera to a very good effect. Or go play the most recent one, the
Echoes of Wisdom.
Yeah, Echoes of Wisdom.
I'm gonna cheat and play that before we do the episode because I'm like halfway through it and I haven't finished it yet.
Ellie, we've probably got a year of doing this before we get to that episode.
Right?
Yeah, we've got.
I was like, we got time. We got time for me to play this thing.
Yeah, I also need to finish that. I'm 2/3 of the way through. I really, really like that game. And now that I'm on the Switch too, don't have to worry about any performance issues. Awesome. Well,
yeah.
I think that's the episode.
Yeah.
Link's Awakening, I still like a lot. As we have said here, I do believe that the Link to the Past surpasses it, but only from some specific things. It's still such a great achievement, which means the next game is going to be a bit of a doozy because it's Ocarina of Time.
Oh boy!
Yeah, we had a lot of stuff to talk about on that. A lot of firsts, and man, where does it go in the timeline? Actually, where it goes in the timeline is pretty easy, but oh boy.
I feel like it's just going to be a bit of a beefy one because
there's a lot.
So iconic in so
much
many
stuff that's
ways.
The first in there.
Yeah.
And things that like I was trying to think. A little bit to this day still exist. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it is the foundation for what we know as Zelda now. Like from the modern games. It's the turning point that we've also had with Breath of the Wild. It was the huge shift from 2D to 3D, like to open world, new mechanics. Like it's gonna be a big one.
Horse friends. Yes, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, me too.
I think that's gonna do it. You want to sign us out?
Yeah, sure. I don't know what we say at the end. I don't remember.
I usually just like thank you for listening to Lost Woods Radio. We'll talk to you next time. Something like that.
Thank you so much for listening to Lost Woods Radio, and we'll see you all next time for the Ocarina of Time episode.
Bye.